office, and they've got a kind of a sub-office there, the Project for Adolescent Literacy, which is their application 2, 4 through 12. And this money is, as I understand, was part of that stimulus package that the state allocated to ARI PAL. And since Leroy was in improvement last year, then that was what was the item that qualified us for that particular grant. So we had actually started this program last year on our own without any assistance.
How long do you think ARI is going to be around?
It's hard to tell with the State Department, but it seems to be working, seems to be doing a good job, and I think, you know, it was Catherine,
I think it's going to be
Catherine
a while
Mitchell's
of that duration, because they're looking at that out then until the economy went south to expanding it to 4 through 6 at minimum.
we get really good support from ARI. We have 2 good support systems.
And it doesn't go in high school at all.
Only this ARI PALS goes to 12th grade.
Will this money run out at the end of this year?
It's a 2-year allocation, and you know, it's an agreement between Leroy, the superintendent's office, the central office, and ARI PAL, you know, for this 2-year process. Now, you know, there is a caveat in there at the end of year 1. If they're not satisfied with the way this is being employed, but they do have some very specific parameters, and we are not satisfied with the program, and we can mutually agree to end it after 1 year, the support piece of it. But it is structured for 2 years because frankly, that's the money source from that stimulus money that they allocated that to support that for 2 years.
I'm just concerned about this person being employed after it runs out. That's the reason I asked that question.
Yeah, well, the fact of the business that we do have some teachers who are non-tenured, you know, and that would obviously, when you get to that point, and then we may have a bigger issue than that with proration and everything, and how many folks we're going to be able to employ, but that's, you know, that's just kind of part of it at this point in time.
This particular teacher's, what, got 30 years experience in already?
Right. And it may be when this runs out that she'll be ready to run out too. I don't know.
We all might be. Next year.
All in favor, let me know by show of hand. Employee elementary teacher, Leroy High School.
I recommend that the board employ Amanda Powell for the position of elementary teacher at Leroy High School effective at the beginning of the 2009-2010 school year.
Is there a recommendation? Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Ms. Keith makes the motion. Is there a second? Mr. D, second. Discussion.
Will this teacher replace Ms. Odom?
Actually, this teacher right here is going into, we moved a position from middle school to the elementary because of the increased enrollment in elementary. We're actually moving this position out of middle school. So Ms. Odom's moving into that ARI position, and this position that moved from middle school down to elementary is the one that's being filled. So to answer your question, yes, that would have been the slot, but this slot's not going to stay in junior high reading. It's moving to elementary school because of the numbers and the increase in numbers.
Different position, but same person.
the slot is that slot that Ms. Owen occupied, that's true.
All person in favor, let me know by show of hand. Action item number 5, amend policy manual. Satisfy recommendation.
I recommend that the board change policy 6.60 in the Washington County Board of Education policy manual to read as follows. The board will use the state adopted evaluation system for the evaluation of all certified personnel as required by the state.
There is recommendation to that motion.
I'll make a motion.
He makes the motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Beck, second. Vote is on. Discussion, I'm sorry. Discussion.
The original policy, and I think you'll notice said that the board will use the state professional education personnel evaluation, the PEPI. Well, that has changed for classroom teachers. It is now Educate Alabama, and we're undergoing training right now. It's supposed to begin this fall. The PEPI evaluation will still be used for some employees, for example, librarians, counselors. They do not have the Educate Alabama program ready for those positions. Also, principals will still be using the PEPI evaluation. So, in effect, what we're doing, instead of locking down just the PEPI evaluation in our board policy, we're broadening that in case that Educate Alabama, at some point in time, any future changes, our policy will still cover.
While we're on that, this is not a policy manual change, but I want to say, we had that hearing the other day, and it was an open hearing, so I can say it's an open. And I hope that Ms. Older would have been here, but she's not here because I don't want someone to call her and tell her. I want to tell her myself. It was stated emphatically that this board